It's another wonderful opportunity for you to stick to the station of Renaissance, CSC Television. The program is Sport Update. I'm your host with the most, Adams Ibrazano. A big day today for the citizens. Manchester City, if they really want to be amongst the big boys in Europe, but they must be wary of PSG because of their formidable away records in the current UEFA Champions League. Remember, the defeated holder Bayern Munich are on their home front there in Bavaria. They also defeated Manchester United at a point. So they must be wary of a side, a cosmopolitan side from the Paris, in the city of fashion, style and fashion. On that note, I welcome you once more to today's edition of this great show that is taking a whole lot of people's attention on the whole continent of Africa. But first and foremost, let's get into the news, where Arsene Wenger has always been a custodian of football as a beautiful game. Even during the desperate final seasons of his Arsenal tenure, you could always rely on the Le Professeur to back his pure passing brand of football and conservative transfer spending. Okay, sure, there are exceptions to both of those claims, but let's be honest here. Wenger still stood head and shoulders above the rest when it came to defending the essence and joy of the sport. Wenger's love for the beautiful game, and for that reason, one can't help feeling that his progression into the role of FIFA's chief of global football development since leaving Arsenal is a positive one for the future of football. However, when Wenger isn't tinkering and tweaking the mechanics of the sport we all love, you can probably rely on him to be giving his opinion on the latest big match as a pure pundit. You can never say never, and as such, Wenger was on hand when the Old Trafford protest led to the shock postponement of Manchester United's scheduled Premier League clash with Liverpool on Sunday afternoon. Wenger's love, like I said, is something that you cannot just take your eyes off, and a lot of things have happened. What happened at Old Trafford the other day, where Liverpool and Manchester United's game couldn't take place, is an inkling to the fact that football almost lost its way in England because of the big money they are pumping in. But somebody like Wenger will always have an opinion that you cannot just discard. And still talking about Wenger, Arsene Wenger has called for the sensational return of striker Karim Benzema to France's squad for Euro 2020, saying his exile is due to a non-sport problem. The Real Madrid forward has not played for France since 2015 because of his alleged involvement in a plot to blackmail fellow teammate Mathieu Valbuena over a compromising video in which he featured. In March, it was announced that the case will go on trial in October. Benzema claims he is innocent and described the 6-year saga as a masquerade. This case is something that a lot of people cannot really discountenance, or hither or thither it goes. But whichever way you look at it, it has denied the world of football one of the best players of his generation. If you talk about the likes of Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, and you talk about strikers, then Karim Benzema, Luis Suarez are some of those whom you can also say to a certain degree are good players also. And from Arsene Wenger, let's take you to his old clubs, where Arsenal are for sale just days after Stan Kroenke insisted he would not entertain any offers for the club. Swedish Spotify billionaire Daniel Ek last week threw in his heart into the ring and said he is preparing a bid for control of Arsenal. And words on the international investment circuit is that Arsenal have effectively been on the market for about 2 years. On Sunday, our Sunday Mail correspondents understand it is less than 2 years since Kroenke's Denver-based holding company, Kroenke Sports and Entertainment, KSE, received an approach from an international financial consortium. Rather than rebuff talks, as previously had been the case with Russian oligarch Alisher Usmanov and Nigerian billionaire Aliko Dangote, the interested parties were told by KSE that they will entertain bid in the region of £1.7 billion. A deal could not be made on that occasion, but it did show that everyone has a price. Despite what Kroenke said last week, a statement that the Kroenke family remain 100% committed to Arsenal and not selling any stake in the club, some said Arsenal legend like Dennis Beckham, Thierry Henry, and Patrick Vieira are reportedly helping Eck in his bid to buy the club. That's talking about the Gunners, who have lost their way since their legendary manager Arsene Wenger left. As it is right now, nobody is discountenancing the fact that Kroenke will sell the club, and they've been denying it that they are not going to sell the club. But as it is right now, Swedish billionaire who created Spotify, that is really doing a lot for entertainers and what have you, he has thrown in his hat and said he's going to buy it. And three Arsenal legends, talking about Dennis Beckham, like I said, Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira, are all there trying to help him in his bid. And either outsider he goes at the end of the week, or maybe next week or more days to come, we'll give you more stories as regard the bid by the Eck. And from there, let's take you to Rome, where there's a surprise news this morning that Jose Mourinho is back in the business, and Roma have announced a shock deal for Mourinho to become their new manager 2 weeks after he was sacked by Spurs, and hours after Paulo Fonseca quits the club. And as it is right now, Jose Mourinho is no longer in the market. He is no longer jobless. He is now the new manager of Roma, one of the clubs in Eternal City of Rome. The second one is Lazio. And Roma, they've been denied titles, talking about trophy, for a very long time. The last time they won it, it was pretty long, and since then they've been hangling all around the basement. That's talking the basement of the top four, around third or fourth position. And now they need a legendary manager like Jose Mourinho. Just 2 weeks after he lost his job, he's now the manager of Roma. What can you say? If you're good, you're good. The fact that it did not work out for him as Spurs, that does not take anything away from how good he's been. He's won titles in the whole lot of countries. Congrats to Jose Mourinho on his new adventure in the Eternal City of Rome. And from Rome, we take you to Milan, where it's been celebration galore as Inter Milan clinched their first Serie A title in 11 years on Sunday, after Sassuolo drew 1-1 with second place Atalanta to ensure Antonio Conte's side of the league crown. Inter are 13 points clear in first place with 4 games remaining, and their triumph ends a run of 9 consecutive title wins for Juventus. This year's league success marks their 19th Serie A crown and is their first ever winning the Serie A, Coppa Italia, and Champions League treble in 2009 and 10 under Jose Mourinho. Conte's side beat Crotone on Saturday to allow them to grasp the trophy with one hand. It was Christian Eriksen and Achraf Hakimi's second half goals against Crotone that saw them close in on the title. However, it was Atalanta's draw that ensured it was mathematically impossible for any of the chasing pack to catch them. Atalanta goalkeeper Pierluigi Golini saw red after 22 minutes, but the Bergamo club went in front 10 minutes later through a Robin Goshen's strike. What a way. What you can see on your screen there, they are faithful supporters. The ultras are celebrating the milestone once again, which is a massive one for them. And from there, we take you to England. From Rome, my producer is still enjoying the clips about what is happening, but from there we'll now take you to England, where the remarkable story of Hurricane FC London begins and is still going on. It started in 2009. A Sunday League team named themselves after an unfashionable Argentinian club. Soon after, they became heroes in Buenos Aires, played against the pros and partied with thousands of fans. Hurricane FC London were named after historic Argentine team, like I said, and they've been doing a whole lot of things. And the first time the fans in Argentina heard about it, they created a Facebook page, and before you know, a lot of Argentines are turning up to see how they play in the stadiums, and they were treated like stars when they visited Argentina. And from then on, pitches in London, you see the South Americans going to watch the side, and now gradually they are moving their way up to the ladder. That is how it is like. They mirror themselves after an unfashionable Argentine side, like I said, and now gradually they are gaining momentum, both in Buenos Aires, in Argentina, and in England. And from there, let's take you also to one man who has played for Chelsea, when they won the league in 2004 under Jose Mourinho and 2005. And one thing he has said about a former Chelsea great is not a good one. He said he's never been a top pro. He turned up fat and he doesn't have Messi and Ronaldo's drive. That's talking about Chelsea winger Damien Duff as he's catching remark on Eden Hazard as he says Real Madrid winger may never return to top form. Eden Hazard moved to Real Madrid from Chelsea in 2019 in a £130 million deal, but constant injuries has limited his game time amid doubts over his physique. The 30-year-old has only played 26 La Liga matches for Real, scoring 3 times. Damien Duff has questioned his attitude as a professional and has called him fat. Not a good one, not a good one for somebody who did so much for the Blues, the billionaire club of London, but he always wanted to play for Real Madrid where his mentor is the manager. But he's going to Real Madrid has been another story that he doesn't really want it to happen or to be told by anybody. As it is right now, his transfer value has gone so low to £30 million for a player who was bought for almost £130 million. And from there, we'll bring you to take you to Old Trafford, the city of Manchester, where one man has said something. He says sometimes you have to put a marker down for people to take notice. Not my word, but the word of Manchester United legend Roy Keane, who insists that this is just the start of Manchester United fans' protest against Glazer ownership after Old Trafford breaking. Roy Keane has warned the Glazers that Sunday's protests are just the start and that Manchester United fans will not rest until they are driven out of the club after breaking into Old Trafford and causing their games with Liverpool to be postponed. Thousands of furious United supporters showed their disdain for the club's owners with white scenes at the weekend during a demonstration at Old Trafford, which subsequently saw Sunday's match called off. Bottles and flares were thrown in what was an emotionally charged protest, with some fans breaking into the ground and storming onto the pitch. A lot are happening, not the way you want to be. The American owners are becoming persona non grata, just like the American owner of Arsenal. Even the American owner of Liverpool are also facing the backlash. The bitterness, the attrition has been on for long, but their drive to be part of the European Super League was what broke the camel's back, and as it is right now, it's going to take a while for the wound or the injury to heal. And from there, we'll take you to Formula One, where Lewis Hamilton wins Portuguese Grand Prix to open up 7-point lead in championship standing to second place Max Verstappen, with British Mercedes team best Valtteri Bottas coming third. A legend is always a legend. There is nothing you can say about it. Legendary man, and is doing so well that you know that yes, it will take much more than being good to push things off the ladder of greatness on Formula One. And from there, we'll bring you back to football, king of sports. And this time, we'll take you to North London again. This time to the Lily White, where Gareth Bale has aimed another dig at Jose Mourinho after netting a hat-trick against Sheffield United, as he insists we are closer to the goal and able to score more. We are playing football the Tottenham way. But Gareth Bale insisted he's feeling good and happy with caretaker manager Ryan Mason's new attacking ethos after scoring a hat-trick in the demolition of Sheffield United, like I said. Delivering arguably his best performance is returning to White Hart Lane on loan in this summer. Bale was part of a revamped Tottenham front line, which saw him, Harry Kane, Min Son, Dele Alli, and Giovanni Lo Celso all start, with just Pierre-Emile Holbach playing the defensive midfield role. Asked about what Mason's attacking tactics made him happy, he said yes. Bale told our correspondent that the fact that we are more on the front foot, we are closer to the goal, and you are able to score more. We've been working on that now for the last few weeks. It's obviously not going to happen overnight, but I feel like we are taking a step in the right direction. We are playing football the Tottenham way. Bale's comment could be interpreted as a cheeky dig at former manager Jose Mourinho, with whom the Welshman endured a difficult relationship. The Portuguese, who was sacked in part due to the tediously defensive football he insisted Spurs play. Mourinho used Bale sparingly, at times suggesting his fitness was a problem, but he completed 75 minutes with apparent ease against the Blades on Sunday. And from there, we'll take you back to southwest London, where Ashley Cole described Kai Havertz as fantastic after his Saturday night brace that helped Chelsea to a routine Premier League win over Fulham. Germany midfielder scored twice against his side's local rival at Stamford Bridge, helping Thomas Tuchel's men to close in on Champions League football next season. Havertz has had a difficult start to life in England since arriving for £89 million from Bayer Leverkusen last summer, scoring just 8 goals and providing 8 assists in all competition. We'll take a minute break. When we come back, we'll take you to boxing. Welcome back. It's the Sport Update coming to you from CAC Television. I'm your host with the most, Adams Ibrozan, and we'll take you to boxing, where YouTube star Logan Paul has claimed that he has a 10 over 10 chance of knocking out undefeated boxing legend Floyd Mayweather. The exhibition fight was set to take place in February, but has been rearranged for June at the Hard Rock Arena in Miami. Paul, who has fought in the ring twice before with online rival KSI, failing to win on both occasions. But however, he's dreaming big against one of the best, one of the greatest pound-for-pound boxer of all time. That's talking about Floyd Mayweather. And the fight is guaranteed to bring in a whole lot of money. Both online, those who will be watching him, he's over 25 million subscribers on YouTube and so many others, and he's quite hopeful that it's going to be the man that will eventually beat Floyd Mayweather. And from there, we'll take you to heavyweight boxing, where Andy Ruiz Jr. recovered from an early scare to defeat Chris Arreola on his return to the ring in California. The Mexican won by unanimous decision in his first fight since losing the World Heavyweight Championship to Anthony Joshua in their December 2019 rematch. But Luis looked to be heading for another major setback when he was forced onto one knee after Arreola connected with an overhand right to the temple in the second round. He survived that moment and a number of blows taken in the third round, including a left hook that connected before finding his rhythm to ultimately win the bout comfortably. Twice Ruiz rocked Arreola with a flat shot to the shoulder, his American opponent grimacing and shaking out his arm to try and restore some feelings. Ruiz showed his counter-punching ability and in the end was dominating the contest, with the judges scoring it 170-110, 180-109, 180-109 in his favor. He looked considerably trimmer than the bulky figure that lost to Joshua, having blamed his weight gain on too much padding, having stunned the world boxing by beating the Briton in their first meeting in New York in June 2019. Having been chastened by his defeat to Joshua in the rematch, Ruiz resolved to return to shape and lost 2 stones working under Eddie Reynoso, the trainer who molded Canelo Alvarez into world's finest fighter. From there, we take it to another heavyweight, where Derek Chisora slams unbelievable call to give Joseph Parker split decision win, as he claims even his coach said, "I won the fight," after ex-world boxing champion rallied back from first-round knockdown. His mother talked him into the ring on Saturday night, and now it might be time for her to talk him out of doing it again. Derek Chisora continues to offer fine value in the Indian summer of his long career, but the losses are adding up. This latest one at the hand of Joseph Parker came after a brilliantly absorbing fight, and it was close, devilishly so, given it was a split decision. But at the age of 37 and with 11 defeats on his record, the question is whether the Londoner has much more to gain from the rigors of this business. Certainly, he can still handle himself. If anything, he has actually grown more entertaining with age, as shown by dropping Parker in the first and pummeling his body thereafter. But the subject of retirement that so frustrates him will now inevitably resurface, and perhaps it is one he should consider more fully after falling short again in his effort to move inward from the fringes of the heavyweight picture. Derek Chisora's mother settled a heated row that almost caused his heavyweight fight against Parker to be cancelled. And just as it said, the two fighters decided to toss a coin in order to see who entered the ring first at the Manchester Arena on May 1st. After stepping up the scales at Friday's weigh-in, Chisora decided he didn't want the co-stoning to happen and stormed out of the room after a back and forth with Parker and his team. Either outsider, the fight went on and he lost via unanimous point decision. And we bring it to football once again, and this time to the blue half of Merseyside. That's talking about Everton, where Ancelotti, Everton manager, says Everton are not good enough after their loss to Aston Villa in a game that could have helped their bid for a top 4 place. But amazingly and surprisingly, they lost at home to Aston Villa, a boogie team, a side that you can never really understand. Either outsider, they go on their day, they can beat any side, but on their bad day, they could lose to one of the basement side in the EPL. And that's the real reason why Everton manager is so angry about the loss, that he said they are not good enough. And from there, let's tell you that Aston Villa forward Oli Watson has passed his England audition in front of the Three Lions boss, Gareth Southgate, after he gave a good account of himself in a game that further underlined his proficiency and prolificness in front of goal. And as it is right now, he might be have one of the outside chance of making it to Euro 2020. That's talking about the Aston Villa player who is doing very well to help himself to one of the major competitions. And we'll take you to the city of Manchester. This time the blue half, talking about the citizen, where today is the D-Day, says Pep Guardiola for his side. If Manchester City want to be among the top sides in European football, because today that will be welcoming PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, a cosmopolitan side from the city of Paris, in the second leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. They won the first leg away in Paris 2-1, and now on their own top they should do the business, but they should also be wary of a side that has a way of coming back after losing at home and then winning away. Remember, they lost at home to Manchester United, winning the return tie 3-1 in England. They also defeated the champion, that's talking about outgoing champion Bayern Munich in Germany 3-2, only to lose at home 1-0. That's the Cinderella story that Paris Saint-Germain has with the Champions League. So if Pep Guardiola and his side are not careful, they might also go the same way. So it's going to be a real firecracker. Even elsewhere, old warhorse, that's Fergie, talking about Alex Ferguson, is also trying to fire up PSG to see if they can do what he wants them to do by defeating his old enemies. And his Pochettino is his friend. That's talking about PSG coach, and also the president of Paris Saint-Germain. That's talking about Nasser Al-Khelaifi. This and many more, a lot of intrigues has got to do with the game tonight. And so Pep is telling his players the business is not done yet. It's just 90 minutes gone. Another 90 minutes of intrigue is on its way. We'll take a minute break. When we come back, we'll take you straight to one of the most fascinating segments of the program, and it's called the Emerging Talent. And today we have a great talent who will enamor you and also make you know that yes, there's future for Nigerian sport, especially football. Welcome back. It's the sport update coming to you from CAC Television. Now we're on that segment that I really love the most, and it's called Emerging Talent. The essence of this segment is to create opportunity for people who don't have the opportunity to come to be showcased on this program. Send your videos wherever you are, whatever you do. 2 minutes of your video and we'll put it on this platform. If you're good enough, wherever you are, we'll get you in touch with people who will help your career. And today we have a young talent, and it's called Peter Side Okpe, and he's a player born in 1998, place of birth Ugu Okpoga, hometown Okpoga in Okpoku local government area of Benue State. He plays in the outside position. He can play in the defense, left fullback, and and he can also be a defensive midfielder. He has also played for First Bank FC of Lagos, Lobby Stars FC of Makurdi, and so many other sides, and Ambassador Football Club Enugu. He has also played for Dream International FC in Makurdi. And his favorite player is John Terry, former Chelsea Mercurial defender and captain. And he also aspired to be like John Terry or Daniel Alves. When you talk about Daniel Alves, talk about a player who's so good at the right back that you can never say never. He gave the attacking fullback position what it is now, that each time a right fullback starts playing well, they'll talk about Daniel Alves. Remember what he did at Barcelona and so many other places. So Okpe Peter Side is one young player whom the future should look up to, and some of it, you can see his visuals on the screen of what is done where 1 or 2 places. And as it is right now, we're talking about emerging talents. We have to really profile him because we know he's got what it takes. The visuals, the videos are there for you on the screen. As you watch it, try, if you anywhere you are and you know you have videos and you know you have what it takes, send it to us and we'll profile you on this program. As it is, our responsibility is to take you to the next level. Wherever you are, all we need is to help and build the future for this nation. So it is with great honor that our emerging talent for the week is Okpe Peter Side. Enjoy his visuals and all the highlights of the heroes and what is done on the pitch.
Best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions. For the champions, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up. For the champions, for the champions, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions. Champions, stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down,
this is the most you can
I have
on my own side. I'm going to sign out now. Why? The video serenades you on what is doing on the pitch. And like I said earlier, if you have a video, if you know you're between the age of 7 to 15 and you are good, send your video. We don't want you to be a megastar or superstar. All we need is just a little clip of what you can do, and the rest will do it. We really need to bring our Peter side. This is an exception because we see a quality, a very good quality in this player that we know can go places. On behalf of the management of this station, my producer, as I sign off, enjoy the rest of the videos. Monday is another beautiful day.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions, stand up. I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself up. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. 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 Stand up. I was built to be the best, number one and nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions.